Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is Yoga for Your Inner Fire. So in this class, we're going to be really stoking this inner fire that lives in the core, this seat of power, of strength. But this element of fire also really helps to stoke our digestion, to bring this cleansing through the body, and as a vehicle for transformation. So we're going to be tuning into this element of fire, bringing a little bit of Ayurveda into our yoga practice once again. And whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. Let's start off today seated on our mat with our knees bent, our feet planted out in front of us. Hands will find the backs of your thighs here as you sit up nice and tall. Taking a moment to roll your shoulders back and down as you take a breath in and breath out. Now with your next inhale, pull on your legs to draw your heart forward, your shoulders back. As you exhale, round your spine, leaning back as you tuck your navel in. Again, inhaling to roll your shoulders back, heart comes forward, maybe lifting your chin. And exhaling to round your spine, catching hold of your legs. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhaling forward into your cow shape, pushing your toes towards the mat. Exhaling to round back into your cat. Again, inhale, following your breath. And exhale. Last one here as you inhale to lift your heart, find some lightness there. And exhale to round your spine back, really feeling your tailbone tucking under, your navel hugging in. Now let's keep everything the same, except lift your gaze so you're looking straight forward and roll your shoulders back as best you can. So keeping this kind of C curve here to the low back, to the spine, and feeling some fire in the belly now as we really hold the navel in and kind of hold ourselves in this leaning back position. Now, if you'd like, start to lift one foot away from your mat. Maybe shin comes parallel to the floor. And if you're feeling it, the other leg can join, coming all the way up into your boat pose. So if you're doing only one foot for today, you can alternate lifting one and then the other. Maybe you're in that full boat, lifting the heart as you keep the navel hugging in. Wherever you are, it's a beautiful place to be. Let's take a breath in. As you breathe out, gently lower your feet down to the floor. Now hands come back behind you. Take an inhale, push your hips up. Find your reverse table. As you exhale, gently lower everything down. Find your sits bones once again. And we're going to flow with this here. So as you inhale, lifting your feet, maybe arms reach forward this time, boat pose. Exhale, gently lower down, hands behind your hips. Next inhale, coming into boat pose. Let's keep this going. Exhale, lower it down. You got this. Inhale, reverse table. And exhale, lower. One more time as you inhale, feel that strength of your core lifting you up. Exhale, gently lower down, hands behind your hips. So as you inhale, you can lift up. And exhale, slowly release yourself down. And this time as you land, hands will stay behind you, but let's take the feet nice and wide apart and take a little windshield wiper action side to side through the legs. So both knees dropping to one side and then the other. Just finding a little freedom here through the hips. And when you feel good, let's slow down that movement. Bring the legs back in and come to a comfortable seated position on the mat. So maybe you come crisscross applesauce. Maybe today it feels comfortable to sit back on your heels. finding whatever position feels best for you. And as you root your hips down into the earth, can you feel your spine lift up nice and tall? Now, if it feels safe and comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. If the eyes want to stay open today, you can keep a gentle gaze towards the floor in front of you. Let's take a moment here just to take stock after that little bit of movement. Notice maybe there's already a little bit more heat circulating through the body. So as we think about really stoking this inner fire, you can imagine this inner sun that lives within your abdomen. If you're familiar with the chakras, it's that solar plexus chakra where we hold a lot of power, a lot of strength. This fire also gives us the power of transformation. It gives us clarity. It brings this cleansing into the body. So we're going to find a little bit more of this awareness of the inner sun, this inner fire, with something called our breath of fire. So this is a pranayama practice or breathing practice that we do a lot of times in yoga to help stoke this fire, to get us energized. So with this breath, we'll have a nice natural inhale through the nose. On your exhale, you'll pull your navel towards your spine and exhale sharply through your nostrils. So it's going to sound something like this. So each time you exhale, you're pumping the belly. You can even put your hand here to feel that hugging in with each exhalation. Now we're going to try this all together. This breath does not have to be fast. If you need to slow it down, please feel free to. And if at any time you get dizzy, lightheaded, uncomfortable, please come back to your natural rhythm of breath. So when you're ready, again, passive inhale, nice strong exhale to pull your navel back towards your spine. Let's get going all together. Take a breath in. And let's do it. And find those strong, forceful exhalations, pumping the belly as you do so. Just about 10 more seconds here. You got this. Keep it going. Take a breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Letting your body relax. Notice how you feel. Maybe you feel a little tingliness, little sensation through your body. Maybe you can feel some of this heat that we're building up. Maybe you just feel a release of some snot out through your nose. If you need to, grab a tissue. But we're going to try that breath of fire one more time together here. Again, does not have to be a fast pace, and at any time you can come back to your natural breath. So let's stoke this fire. When you're ready, take an inhale. Keep this going. Feel that strength in the belly, strength in the abdomen as you exhale. Keep it going for just another 3, 2, 1, and inhale. Big sigh as you exhale. Beautifully done. Take a moment to sit in stillness. Notice how you feel. Come back to that natural rhythm of your breath. So now we have a little bit more awareness of the core. We've stoked this fire, this inner sun of the abdomen. It's So let's bring a little bit more movement back into this practice. Let's get fired up. So when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, flutter them open once again. And let's come onto hands and knees, moving nice and slowly after that breath of fire. So take a moment to ground the palms, push down into the shins. And then as you feel ready to do so, you can tuck your toes and push your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Perhaps pedaling your heels while you're here, dropping one heel to the mat and then the other to feel that stretch through the backs of your legs. Bringing some more weight back into the feet so that we're not making the shoulders do all the work here in this pose. Keeping the balls of the feet really connected to the mat as you push some weight back towards the hips and heels. Now let's take an inhale here in our downward facing dog. As you exhale, swivel your heels towards the right side of your mat and let that right hip drop down a little here. Feeling a little stretch through that left side body. Let's take a big breath in and let it out. Inhaling back through center, hips to the sky. And as you exhale, drop your heels now to the left. Let your left hip drop down. Find a stretch through your right side waist. Still pushing back through the hands, hugging in at your navel. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Inhaling back through center, really bending your knees as you push your hips back and up. Then with your exhale, start to walk towards the top of your mat. Feet stepping up to meet your hands, bowing forward into a fold. Now bringing your hands to the backs of your thighs here. Let's anchor down into the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching your heart forward as your hands hold on to the thighs. Take another inhale here, feel that length, and then exhale to bend your knees and fold. Again, inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, fold it forward. This time, inhale, rising through that halfway lift, but keep going all the way up to standing. As you rise, arms drop down by your sides, mountain pose. Let's take a full breath in here and breath out. All right, let's get flowing here. As you inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, hands to your shins or the fronts of your thighs. And with your exhale, fold forward, bringing your fingertips to the mat. Left foot will step back behind you, gently lowering your left knee down, setting up for a low lunge. Hug your hips together, push down through your feet, feel all that strength through the legs. And then inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, drop your hands back down, framing that right foot. Inhale, lift your back knee, get ready to step back. As you exhale, right foot meets your left, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift your weight forward to a plank. Let's lower the knees down for this one. Shoulders stacked over the wrists as you inhale here. With your exhale, lower down, hugging your elbows in by your sides. Anchor through the hips as you inhale and lift your heart, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead melts to the mat. Inhale, strong arms as you push up through hands and knees, tuck your toes behind you. Exhale, send it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. As you exhale, think about pulling your nose and your knee together, and then step that left foot to the top of your mat. Back knee drops down for a low lunge, squaring off your hips and shoulders. With your inhale, rise your arms, lift tall. As you exhale, control your descent as your hands come back down. Inhale to lift your back knee and look forward. We're going to step up with the exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to standing, arms sweeping towards the sky. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the mat. Right foot is going to step back this time, dropping the right knee down. Low lunge, follow your breath as you inhale to rise your arms and exhale to drop your palms down. Inhale, lift your back knee, get ready for that downward dog. As you exhale, step it back, lift your hips. Inhale, shift forward to plank. This time, maybe the knees stay lifted. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, rising your heart for baby cobra. Maybe this time lifting a little higher towards cobra. And exhale, slowly lower your forehead down. Inhale, pushing up through hands and knees, tucking your toes behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg back behind you. As you exhale, knee to nose, step it up. Right foot comes in between your hands. Left knee lowers down for your lunge. Take your next inhale to rise your arms. And as you exhale, drop your hands down. Inhale, lift your back knee, gaze forward. Exhale, step it up into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reaching for the sky. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. Take a moment here, breathe in and let it out. Bringing your awareness once again down into your core, down to your center. Let's take another full breath in. And as you breathe out, feel that hugging of navel to spine. Nice. With your next inhale, sweep both arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back, and find your chair pose. Nice and active here as we push the hips back, hug the inner thighs together. Let's take another inhale here. With your exhale, fold forward over your legs. Now start to shift weight over into that right leg. Take an inhale for your halfway lift. As you exhale, sweep that left leg back behind you and fold over your right thigh. Standing splits as you hug the hips in, really squeezing through that left lower glute to help you get some lift. And let's take another inhale. With your exhale, reach those left toes back, bending your right knee as you land into a lunge. Beautiful. Let's drop the left heel down, turning the left toes out to about a 45-degree angle, setting up for our warrior one pose. Front knee stays bent as you lift your hands to your hips. Take an inhale, rise all the way up into your warrior one. Nice. Now, just like our low lunge, hips and shoulders are square, hips are hugging together, navel is drawing in. This is going to give you so much power and support into these postures. Now, maybe arms want to rise. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, start to lean your chest forward as you sweep your arms back. Left heel will lift As you turn the hips forward, really reach out through the heart. Take another inhale to sweep your arms forward once again, reaching towards the top of your mat. As you exhale, open up into your warrior two, dropping your left heel down. Nice, take a moment to settle yourself in here. So hips are nice and open now, finding that heel to arch alignment through the feet. And arms are gonna mirror the hips, spreading wide, giving you that opening through the chest. Now let's take another inhale here in our warrior two. As you exhale, bring it forward, right arm to right thigh, left arm sweeping overhead. Can you keep that connection with your core, navel hugging in and up? Inhaling here in your side angle. Exhale, sweep it back, reverse warrior as that right arm reaches up and back behind you. Recommit to that bend in the front knee, legs stay strong and supportive. Let's take a breath in here. As you breathe out, hands pinwheel down to the mat, step it back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward to your plank. As you exhale, lower down all the way or halfway chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, find your cobra, your upward facing dog. And exhale, send your hips back into downward facing dog. As you inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, take a walk or a couple big steps towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, slowly rise to stand, arms sweep for the sky. Now as you exhale, sit right back into that chair pose. You got it, nice strong core, nice light heart. Let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Weight shifts this time towards that left leg. Take an inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, sweep your right leg back behind you. As you fold, find your standing splits. Nose reaching towards those left toes, hips staying square. So resist that urge to really swing that left hip out and open the right hip up. See if you can keep everything strong and centered. And let's take another inhale here. Exhale, reach that right foot back, lightly land your toes as you bend into that left knee. Nice, let's set up for warrior one. So dropping that right heel down, toes turn out, keeping that strong bend in the front knee. Hands to your hips, building this pose from the ground up, eventually taking an inhale to rise. Finding your warrior one, get yourself settled in, eventually sweeping your arms to the sky. Let's take a full breath in right here, nice tall spine. As you exhale, sweep your arms back, bring your heart forward, hovering over that left thigh. Now shift so much weight to that left foot that you can lift your back heel, turn yourself nice and square towards the top of your mat. Another inhale will sweep your arms forward. And as you exhale, open all the way up into your warrior two. I'm just gonna turn to face you here as you get settled in. Left heel in line with that right inner arch of the foot, settling down into your hips. Find your breath here as we take another inhale and exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, bring it forward, left arm to left thigh, right arm overhead, finding your side angle. Really push through that right foot, find length all the way through that right side waist. And let's take another inhale here. With your exhale, sweep it back, left arm up and over, right hand finds your right thigh. Reverse warrior as you inhale here. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the mat. Step it back into your downward facing dog. Now stay right here or inhale, shift forward to your plank. Exhale, lower down. Let's find that flow. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And exhale, let's all meet back in downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Complete breath out. With an inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or step to the top of your mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through your spine. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand, arms sweep to the sky. As you exhale, hands come down through heart center. Taking a moment to pause and breathe here. Notice how you feel as we move through this really fiery flow here today. So this element of fire brings with it, again, this clarity, this transformation, this cleansing through the body, but it also has a lot of enthusiasm and passion behind it, as well as this intensity. So let's see if we can bring some of that kind of lightness to this intense energy. So standing at the top of your mat, take an inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, sit your hips back into your chair pose, everyone's favorite. Hands come to heart center as you're ready here. Let's inhale, lift your heart towards your thumbs. As you exhale, sit a little lower and take a twist. Left elbow meets your right thigh. So maybe you come to the top of the thigh, maybe the outer edge. Wherever you are, feel your navel hugging in just like our breath of fire. Now take a look down at that right foot. See if you can shift some weight into that right leg. Pop your left heel and see how that feels. Notice if that right hip tries to swing out. See if you can bring it in, pointing that right hip straight back behind you. Then let's play around with this here. Just see if you can lift that left foot and step the left leg all the way back into a lunge while keeping your twist. A little nutsy cuckoo, but here we are. Let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, unwind that twist. Hands frame your right foot. Now inhale, let's lengthen through the legs, press the hips to the sky. As you exhale, bow forward over your right thigh and find pyramid pose. Lengthening your hips back, your heart forward as we take another inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, please rebend your front knee. And let's drop that back heel down, setting up once again for warrior two. Take your inhale to rise up, sweeping your arms out to a T. And with your exhale, settle in. Another inhale to feel your warrior two. As you exhale, bring it forward, side angle, right arm to right thigh. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, sweep it back to reverse warrior, this time with the option to straighten through that front leg. Keeping a tiny bend in that right knee, so we're not locking out or hyperextending that knee joint, but keeping some power, some strength there through the muscles of the leg. And let's take another inhale right here. As you exhale, arms come back out to a T. Hinge from your hips, tip over like a teapot, and bring yourself into triangle pose. So right hand landing above or below that right knee as you spread your arms wide and lengthen out through your spine. Lots of power in this pose, lots of strength and stretch. Let's see if we can find both. Really pushing down through the feet, hugging the inner thighs towards one another. But at the same time, enjoying the stretch through the sides of the waist, through the chest. Let's take another inhale here. And stay for your exhale. As you inhale, slowly rise back up. We're going to keep the legs straight, but now turn yourself to face that right foot. So that left leg is going to readjust so you can square your hips, maybe even stepping that left foot really nice and wide to the left edge of your mat. Right hand finds your right hip. As you inhale, left arm sweeps to the sky. With your exhale, stretch out into a halfway lift, reaching long through your spine. A little bend in the knees, really pushing through the feet. And then that left hand is going to reach down towards your right ankle, maybe finding a block here if you do happen to have some yoga blocks with you. Take another inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, turn into a twist, turning your chest towards that right side of your mat. Right hip hugging back, left hip pushing forward, giving you a little extra stability as we find our balance here in revolved triangle. Maybe sweeping that right arm to the sky as we take one more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unwind that twist, bending into your front knee, stepping yourself back into downward facing dog. Might feel nice to take a little movement here through the legs. Feel free to do so. And if you so choose, take an inhale to shift forward to your plank. With your exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, let's meet back in downward facing dog. Taking a breath in to bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or lightly hop. Your feet up to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, arms sweep towards the sky. With your exhale, sitting back into your chair pose. Last time today, I promise. Hands coming to your heart center when you're ready. Sitting low into your hips as you inhale here. With your exhale, turn that rib cage. Let's twist right elbow towards left thigh. Feel your shoulder blades hugging together on your back, navel hugging in towards your spine. Now let's take a little peek down at that left foot, shifting weight to that left leg. Pop your right heel when you're ready. Play around with that sensation. Maybe keep it right here for today. If you want to see how it feels, keep that twist. Maybe you can lift that right foot, step it all the way back to a lunge while keeping the twist. Of course, always the option to unwind the twist, step back, come back into your twist. Whatever feels most fun for you today. And let's take another inhale right here. With your exhale, unwind, hands frame that left foot. Inhale, lengthen your legs as you press your hips back. Exhale, fold forward into your pyramid pose. Taking a moment to breathe here, inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose or mouth. With your inhale, please bend your front knee. Let's get ready for warrior two. Dropping your back heel down. Next inhale brings you up, arms spread wide into a T. Use your exhale to settle in. Finding your warrior two today as you inhale. Exhale to side angle. Let's take an inhale here. You got it. Exhale, sweep it back to reverse warrior. This time straightening through your front leg. Keep pushing down through the soles of both feet, but relax your toes. Let's take another inhale here. Exhale for triangle, arms spread wide as you tip over. Bringing left hand down, right arm reaches up into that Trikonasana triangle pose. So once again, left hand comes above or below that left knee, not so much looking to reach the floor as we are trying to get some length, some lift through the torso. And maybe as you find a little stretch, little freedom through the spine here, it might feel playful to reach that right arm back, almost leaning back into this pose. And let's take another inhale here. And exhale. Inhaling to lift back up through center. Take your time. As you exhale, turn to face that left foot, squaring off your hips. So that right foot is going to step out and forward, giving you this kind of pyramid pose shape, just like we had before. Left hand finds your left hip as you inhale to sweep your right arm to the sky. Exhale, reach out into this halfway lift shape. Now navel's really hugging up and in to give you some support as you reach out. When you're ready, that right hand is going to drop down towards your left ankle or onto a block. Take one more inhale to find some length in the spine. And then as you exhale, turn open towards that left edge of your mat, finding a twist. Feet rooting down, knees softly bent. Hips and core hugging in, giving you this strong center. And then maybe the left arm sweeps up, taking another inhale here. As you exhale, gently unwind. Hands come down, front knee bends as you step yourself back into your downward facing dog. Maybe a little movement here feels nice. And when you're ready, we're all going to meet in our child's pose. Lightly landing your knees onto the mat, spreading them nice and wide. Big toes come together behind you as you sit your hips back. Bring your heart down and rest your forehead either on the mat or on your hands. Let's take a moment to find some stillness here. And come back to a steady rhythm of breath. So now that we are still in the body, you might find that you feel a lot of heat, a lot of sensation. You might even feel this kind of like pulsing or aching in the muscles because they've been doing so much work today. Taking this time to really notice how you feel, become aware of your body, your breath, your thoughts, your mood. All of this is part of your yoga practice, getting to know yourself better. And let's take another inhale right here. Big exhale, let it out. With your next inhale, move slowly as you rise up out of your child's pose and find a seated position on your yoga mat. Stretching your legs out long in front of you, maybe giving them a little shake, a little wiggle if that feels nice. And then keeping your left leg extended long, let's bend into the right knee. And then open your right knee nice and wide, bringing the sole of your foot to your inner thigh or inner calf. Sitting up tall onto your sits bones, lifting through your spine. Let's take an inhale to rise the arms. As you exhale, start to fold forward any amount over that left leg. Does not matter how far you fold, just looking for a little sensation here through the back of the left leg, into the lower back and hips. You might even like to bend that left knee a little or a lot to make that sensation feel a little sweeter for you. So as we stay for about 5 more rounds of breath here on this side, recognizing this opportunity to kind of balance out the heat of our fire here with a little bit more coolness in these stretches. So stoking that inner sun, that inner fire, it's a little bit more quick, intense, hot. We want to make sure that we're not building that up too much. We want to keep some balance so that we're really digesting well. We're keeping some clarity. We're keeping that cleansing through the body. So let's stay for another inhale here. And exhale completely. With an inhale, slowly rise back up to a nice tall seat. Hands can help you as you lift that right knee now to point up towards the sky, and then cross that right foot to the outer edge of your left thigh. Planting through the sole of the right foot, staying rooted through your hips. Let's take an inhale to sit tall. And as you exhale, take your twist, turning towards that right knee. So the hips are staying rooted. This twist is only happening through the upper body. Shoulder blades hugging together, collarbones spreading wide. And hopefully through that action of opposites, you feel this nice release through your spine. So letting go of a little bit of that heat here, bringing a bit more of a watery quality into our practice. Let's take another full breath in here. As you breathe out, slowly unwind, come back through center. Unwind the leg, stretching that right leg out long, maybe a little shake, a little wiggle. And then we'll switch sides. So right leg stays straight, left knee bends. Opening your left hip so that the sole of your foot can come to the inside edge of your right leg. Sitting tall, maybe sweeping the arms up as you inhale here. With your exhale, fold forward any amount over that right leg. Just like on the other side, you're free to readjust, perhaps bending the right knee a little or a lot. Maybe lifting a little higher or dropping a little lower. Always checking in with your body, seeing what feels good. Finding a stretch without any pain, any pinching, any sharpness in the body. And we're here on this side of the pose for about 5 more rounds of breath. Continuing this process of bringing your breath back to the steady flow in and out through your nose. Let's take another inhale right here. All together we'll exhale. Inhaling to slowly rise up, coming back to seated. Left knee now lifting towards the sky, so we can cross that left foot to the outer edge of the right thigh. Sitting tall, take an inhale here. As you exhale, take your twist, turning towards that left edge of your mat. Maybe reaching those left fingertips back behind you to help you really feel that stretch across your chest. And feeling that your legs, your hips are keeping you grounded, rooted to the spot. Finding that steady breath here, you got this. Let's take another inhale in our twist. And exhale to unwind, come back through center. Unwind the legs, stretch them out long. One last little shake. And then when you're ready, please lower yourself down all the way to lay on your back. As you come down onto your mat, I invite you to stretch your legs long, reach your arms back behind you. Find this full body stretch. Reaching as long as you can from fingers to toes, relaxing the belly now as you take a big breath in and let it out. Now, left leg staying long, let's bend into that right knee, hug it in towards your chest. Hands come down to catch the right knee. If you're feeling any pain, discomfort in your lower back, you can bend the left knee, plant the sole of your left foot onto the floor. Now, as you draw that right knee in, it might feel nice to roll through your right ankle, take some movements through that right hip. And then if you're not already there, we're all going to bend the left knee, plant that left foot onto the floor. Let your right knee open up, opening through your hip, so that you can place your right ankle onto your left thigh. Finding this number 4 shape with the legs as we stretch a little bit more through the outer right hip. Option to stay right here with that left foot grounded, or lift through the legs and reach to hold on to the back of your left thigh. Be gentle with yourself here as you stretch through your hip, keeping the upper body relaxed as best you can, focusing your energy, your attention down here into the legs. Let's stay for about 3 more rounds of breath. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose or mouth. If you still feel a lot of heat in your body, it could be really nice to take a few exhales out through the mouth to release any of that excess heat that you're holding on to. Let's stay for 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unwind, bring your legs back down to the mat. This time letting that right leg stretch long, drawing that left knee in towards your chest. Taking a moment to feel this space through the front of the right thigh. And maybe rolling through the left ankle, making some circles through that left hip if that feels good. And when you're ready, we're going to try that figure 4 shape on the other side. So right knee will bend, planting your right foot on the floor. Please open your left hip and bring your ankle to your right thigh. Now again, you can stay right here, lengthening that left knee away from you, getting that sweet sensation in the outer left hip. If you're not really feeling much, you want to go a little bit deeper today, you can lift that right leg and hold on to the back of the right thigh. Again, being nice and gentle with yourself here. No need to force your body anywhere it doesn't want to go. Letting yourself really release into this stretch. So we've spent this practice really stoking this inner fire, right? Giving us this sweet digestion, this great cleansing through the body. And we have so much power with this inner fire, with this strength that we've cultivated on the mat today. But there's also power in the softness, in the stillness, in these more gentle moments. So let's stay for another inhale right here. As you exhale, slowly unwind, release, bring your legs back down to the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to stretch both legs out long onto the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, turning your palms to face up towards the sky. Moving into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. So if you know you like to bring some props into this pose to make yourself more comfortable, please feel free to grab those now. If you'd like to put on a sweatshirt or some socks to make yourself more comfy, cozy, please feel free to do so. And once you're ready here, allow your body to settle into stillness as best you can. So getting out any final wiggles, any last little movements, so that you can really be still here. Perhaps your eyes close if they're not already. bringing your attention inward, aware of your body, aware of your breath, aware of how you feel in this moment. This is your time to really rest and soak in all the benefits of this practice that we did here together today. And I'll be here with you in this Shavasana for the next minute or so, inviting the body to relax a little bit more with each breath in and out. Letting yourself melt into this moment. And if at any point you feel yourself distracted by things outside of your yoga mat, gently smile to yourself and bring your attention back to your breath. Let's take a few moments in silence here as we rest in Shavasana. And all together, let's take a big breath in, slow breath out. Gently bringing your awareness back into your physical space, feeling your body connected to the earth underneath you, becoming aware of any sounds in your space, noticing the light beyond your eyelids. And when the time feels right, welcoming some movement back into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Moving and stretching in any way that feels good as you reawaken here. And eventually using that movement to roll you over onto the right side of your body. Resting on your side, take a few breaths here. Moving slowly, press yourself up into a seated position on your mat. And as you come to your comfortable seat, as best you can, keep your body relaxed. Maybe eyes stay closed. If it feels right for you, hands can come together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. This sign of gratitude, of reverence for this practice, for yourself. And I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat today. Namaste. Be well.